Good evening and welcome to tonight's show from DJNTV, Disc Jockey News TV. Tonight's show is brought to you by Electra Voice, DJ Event Planner, DJ Trivia, Odyssey Innovative Designs and Cases, NLFX Professional, Promo Only, and the DJNTV Insiders.
DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool.
Okay, we are to the last segment tonight. This is Ruth talking about setting up, recording the audio and such from a wedding and going through some tips with that. Then after that, at about 25 after 9 or 25 after 10, depending upon which area you are in, we will be jumping to MJ. You guys will be able to jump out there, and all these links are out at djntv.com/djedu. We're going to get going here because we want to get you guys through the one and to the next one. So here's Ruth.
Hi, everyone. It's Ron Ruth with RonRuth.com and the Imaginativity Institute. And today, what I'd love to share with you is one of my favorite ways to wow my wedding couples. And the way I do that is about 3 or 4 weeks after their wedding celebration is I send them a thumb drive that has video clips of all sorts of the highlights of their evening, mainly the formalities, everything from the introductions to the toast, to the love story, to the first dance, to the cake cutting. Anything and everything that is an important moment, I include as part of the videos that I send them. Now, it's really important to know that this is a surprise that I send them. So it's not something I tell them I'm going to do in advance of the event. Also, it doesn't cost a ton of money for anyone to do this. I went out and actually just picked up a little Panasonic camera. It does record in high def. I do mount it onto a tripod, but this, I think I paid like $100, maybe $110 on eBay for this very same camera. But not only do you need a camera, you're going to need something that you can record clean audio into. I actually use a Tascam recorder, and I come out of the record out of my mixing board into this so I get clean audio. The audio that you get on a camera is going to also include all the ambient noise in the entire room. Plus, it has a, for lack of better words, kind of a reverb to the sound if you just use what's on the camera. Now, again, this is not something I tell my couples I'm going to do in advance because for some reason there's a technical glitch and I'm not able to do this special surprise for them after the fact. Then I've kind of ruined that moment, and I'm going to have to explain why I didn't deliver to their expectations. So don't share this information in advance. Wait and do it afterwards. Now, again, what you want to do is you want to mix the clean audio over the video audio. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. I'm going to be using Adobe Audition for my sound. I use Adobe Elements for my video. So let's start with, I want to give you a sample, just kind of give you an idea of what I was talking about with the sound quality on video. So I'll share my screen first with this. And I'm going to play just a little bit of it and let you hear it. And let me close this over here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay, so let's listen to a little bit of the groomsmen's toast. We're only going to be working with looks like about 4 minutes of video here.
I just want to start off by first thanking both sets of parents. Bernie, Karen, Mike, Corky, you guys have put in so much work into this day. Not only in the wedding, but just raising 2 amazing people that we all love. So big hand for you guys. And
okay, so as you can hear, it sounds like he's kind of in a well, and plus you notice he's all over the place with that microphone. Even though, you know, I tried telling him in advance to keep it up to his mouth. And actually, if you look at the video, right, this gentleman's got his hand up to his mouth. I think he's getting ready to tell him that he needs to hold the microphone closer to his mouth as a reminder. So it was kind of a fun moment. All right, so that's the video portion. So let's listen to a little bit of the audio. Let me share again. So this is the audio. And again, I'm using Adobe Audition for this. And I want to make sure I'm all the way back to the very beginning. And now listen for the difference here.
I just want to start off by first thanking both sets of parents. Bernie, Karen, Mike, Corky, you guys have put in so much work into this day. And not only in the wedding, but just raising two amazing people that we all love. So big hand for you guys. And say big hand. Big hand. And another thank you to everyone who showed up.
So as you can tell, there's a huge difference in the audio quality by recording right out of the board versus trying to use the video audio. You could use the video audio. The couple would still really appreciate the gesture, but I like to just go one step further with what I do. So all right, so now we need to talk about how do we get this audio laid over the video in Adobe Elements. So let's go back to Adobe Elements. Whoops. All right, so this is Adobe Elements again, and I invite you to look at the sound, the wave file here that goes with the audio. You can see, you know, all the ups and downs and little breaks and peaks and valleys. So what we want to do is we want to add in the audio. So we're going to go to our folder, and I saved this just for this session as a Toast demo. So that's what the audio file is named. It goes into the project assets, and we're going to bring it down here to music. It'll take it just a moment to load. See if I can move this out of my way. There we go. Okay. And it is still, beg your pardon. We're going to open it up. All right. So as you can see, this audio also has peaks and valleys in it to kind of correspond with what's happening above, but it doesn't look like they are quite matched. So I'm going to enlarge this so you can see a little better. And we'll shrink him so that we can see this tracking. There we go. All right. So as you can tell, we have the same peaks and valleys, but notice this is a great one right here, how it arches. And then you can see the same thing down below. It arches here, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit behind. If we really want to tell what's going on, it's fun just to listen to it. So let's take a listen.
I just want to start off by first thanking both sets of parents.
You can hear the echo, so we know that it's not lined up. All right, we can also look right here. Down here, we have a nice little peak, and it looks like we're off about a half a second because there's the other peak that aligns with it just above. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is move the wave file to my left, most likely to your left as well. So we're going to have to cut off a little bit at the very beginning of this so we can do that. So we're going to line it up there. We're going to use our scissors. Oops. I cut the video, so let's do the audio this time. All right, so now we're going to cut the audio. It's highlighted, scissors, and delete that. And then we'll move this back, move it over. And now let's take a look at, here a little bit closer, so let's find out what it sounds like.
I just want to start off by first thanking both sets of parents. Bernie, Karen, Mike.
Now it does sound like we're not getting that echo. So we obviously have the tracks lined up, but the video audio is dominant. So we need to do something about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click and we're going to delete the audio. There it goes. It's gone. Now let's take a listen.
I just want to start off by first thanking both sets of parents. Bernie, Karen, Mike, Corky, you guys have put in so much work into this day.
Look at the lips.
And not only in the wedding, but just raising two amazing people that we all love. So big hand for you guys. And say big hand. Big hand. And another thank you to everyone who showed up. I know a lot of people don't live here. It's a lot of travel time, but I know it means the world to Chris and Taylor for all you to be here to celebrate this with them. So thank you for that. So to start off, I met Chris back in the day.
Okay, so we have now taken the video audio and taken it totally out, and we've replaced it now with the audio track that was recorded directly out of the board. Sounds so much better, wouldn't you agree? All right, now all we need to do is just export this and save it as an audio file. I mean, video, I beg your pardon. All right, so we're going to go back to devices. And no, we don't need to do full HD. We can do HD 1280-720. We're going to name this, let's just name this Best Man's Toast. And we need to find the folder for it. And I have a wedding folder actually, and inside that was Klosterman Video. And so this is where we want to save this. Let me move that out of the way, select folder. And we are now ready to save this file. So it'll take just a moment for it to go ahead and record over. While we're waiting for that video to process, just a couple of quick notes I wanted to share with you. First, I told you that I traditionally set my video camera on a tripod and just let it record from there, and typically I do. In the video demonstration that you're viewing in this video, I've just happened to have someone there that could operate the video that evening. That's why it's able to zoom and move and all those things. I'm not dividing my time between trying to be a videographer and a master of ceremonies. So if you're fortunate to have someone there that can do that for you, that's awesome. If not, I would suggest setting it on a tripod and have it as wide as you can so that you get the entire head table during the Best Man's Toast. That way you can see the reaction from everyone at the head table. Also, the reason I love the Tascam recorder is because you can set it on peak reduction, which means it will never overmodulate the sound. I used to record out of my board into another computer using Adobe Audition, but if you did not have the volume level set just right, it would overmodulate and the clean audio just became trash. You couldn't use it. So if you can't get a Tascam and you're shopping for a recorder that you can use, make sure that you get one that can actually provide that peak reduction. That way you don't have to worry about losing the audio quality. Also, it's been asked of me before, I'm not competing with a videographer. That seems to be a concern of a lot of DJs. Don't you feel like you're competing? No, I'm not competing with a videographer. First off, I don't sell myself as a videographer. I never would, because I'm not a professional videographer. Again, this is a wow moment that I provide to my couples. And I have yet to really have a videographer complain about me capturing the video of, I started to say videotaping, which would have really aged me, wouldn't it? But I have yet to have a videographer complain that I'm also capturing video that evening, mainly because I'm not in their way, and they also know that theirs is the quality video. So don't let that influence you at all. On the same token, please, 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 please don't tell your customers that you are going to be offering them professional video if you're doing it through one of these, because this is not the same quality as a professional videographer can offer. And as I was saying earlier, I've not ticked off any professional videographers by just having this sitting on a tripod and recording the events of the evening. But if you really want to tick off a professional videographer, tell them that, let them find out that you're trying to sell this as professional video. So I believe that we have gotten the entire video has now been processed. So let's share the screen again, because I have just a couple more notes to share with you before I let you go. And all right, so there's our video. Cool. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, so one of the things I like to do before I actually transfer this over to a thumb drive is I want to just make certain that during the processing that we did, that everything is still good, that nothing has shifted, the sound, the audio is still lined up with the video. So let's just real quickly, we're going to kind of skip through this a little bit.
I just want to start off by first thanking both sets of parents. Bernie, Karen, Mike, Corky, you guys have put in so much work into this day. And not only in the wedding, but just raising two amazing people
like
that we all
everything is
love.
good there, so let's skip ahead.
Many stories about Chris, some appropriate, some more embarrassing. But when I was thinking about the best example to explain who he is and not give me advice that I need to hear, even if I'm not willing to hear it. And this is the attitude and I've been your biggest fan ever since. And so from what he's told me and what I've seen, I can tell you have one of the biggest hearts.
Now, one of my favorite parts is coming up, and it's right after he delivers the toast. And I want you to listen for it as he's hugging the groom. I'll let this play out. It's only a few seconds left.
And the person you cannot live without. I'm so happy you both have found that person in each other. So if you'll join me in raising your glass to Chris and Taylor, to the happy couple.
Now, in just a moment, he's going to hug the groom and listen carefully to what he said.
You know I love you.
I believe I've covered just about everything in regards to how to lay clean audio over the video for you to share with your couples. This is, again, this is a wonderful way to wow your wedding couples. Send this to them along with a handwritten thank you card just for allowing you to be a part of their evening or their special day. And they will, and also offer to let them share this. Tell them it's okay if they want to share the videos on social media with their family and friends, because again, that kind of works to your benefit as well. So thank you so much for watching. It's been Ron Ruth with RonRuth.com, Imaginativity Institute. And if you have any questions, reach out to me at ronruth@discjockeynews.com. ronruth@discjockeynews.com. Thanks so much. See you next time.